Has your distinct way of thinking ever caused you to feel misunderstood? Perhaps you are a Sigma INFJ. This distinct personality type's unusual outlook on life frequently leads to misunderstandings. However, comprehending personality types involves more than just classification or labeling. It also involves empathy and respect for one another. Now, let's investigate the misinterpreted realm of Sigma INFJ. As we explore the top 10 reasons why Sigma INFJ are frequently misinterpreted, stay tuned. Number 10. Solving problems in unconventional ways. Sigma INFJ is renowned for its original method of tackling issues. They have a talent for looking at problems from a variety of perspectives, much like an infinitely solved Rubik's Cube. When faced with a business issue, for example, they might think about the emotional impact on the team or the possible long-term impacts on the company's reputation, in addition to the immediate financial implications. They are very innovative because their ideas frequently include empathy, reasoning, and creativity. They might offer a solution that hasn't been thought of by anyone else, like implementing a new workflow system or coming up with a team-building project to raise spirits. However, others may misunderstand their approach to problem-solving because it is so dissimilar. It could be viewed as unclear or even unconventional by some. But keep in mind that these non-traditional approaches frequently result in innovations that more conventional approaches might overlook. Others, however, frequently misinterpret this unusual strategy. The 9th trait is independent thought. It's not a fear for Sigma INFJ to challenge authority. They are inquisitive and skeptical by nature, which motivates them to learn more, question accepted wisdom, and challenge the status quo. A Sigma INFJ will frequently challenge the status quo, investigate the whys and hows, and put forth novel, groundbreaking viewpoints. A Sigma INFJ in a business context raising concerns about the effectiveness of long-standing procedures and offering creative solutions could serve as an illustration of this. They are always coming up with ideas that have the power to influence the course of events, break boredom, and bring about constructive change. However, there are situations when this mental independence might be problematic. It can cause confusion because it's frequently misconstrued for disobedience or revolt. In actuality, Sigma INFJ aren't intentionally hard, rather, they're hardwired to look beyond the obvious and venture into unknown realms. But this freedom frequently gives rise to miscommunications. Number 8. Charming despite being introverted. People frequently become confused by this paradox. The intriguing combination of these seemingly incongruous characteristics is Sigma INFJ. They are introverts on the one hand, favoring calm reflection and solitude above social interactions. They are the ones who are usually found watching and speculating from the periphery of a party, rather than actively taking part. Conversely, Sigma INFJ have a distinct charm. They possess a natural aptitude to establish meaningful connections with individuals. This charisma is a gentle charm that draws others in rather than being flamboyant or excessive. They are the ones who help you feel seen and understood. They are the listeners and empathizers. The paradox is that, despite their desire for isolation, their charisma makes them very alluring to other people. Some people, however, frequently find this combination confusing. 7th. Complete sincerity. The values of Sigma INFJ are uncompromising. They possess a strong sense of integrity that is ingrained in their character. Rather than pretend to be someone they're not, they would sooner break up. Some may find this genuineness, this unvarnished honesty, rather frightening. It's similar to pushing the world to face its own inconsistencies by holding up a mirror to it. It can also be unsettling, particularly in a culture that frequently prioritizes diplomacy over the truth. Hearing the truth is not always easy, particularly when it comes from someone who is as real as a Sigma INFJ. But here's the thing: being truthful is what matters here, not being combative or rebellious. True to one's principles, true to oneself, and true to the outside world. And that's a quality that Sigma INFJ greatly values, my dear listeners. Nonetheless, one quality that Sigma INFJ particularly values is remaining loyal to oneself. 6th. Communication in an unconventional way. Sigma INFJ frequently uses direct, uncensored communication. This direct approach can come as a bit of a shock, particularly to people who are used to polite, sugar-coated language. For example, a Sigma INFJ will not hesitate to bring attention to an ineffective process at work, no matter who is in charge of it. Rather than criticizing or offending, their goal is to confront the problem head-on for the benefit of everybody. but it's easy for this type of communication to be misconstrued or misread. For individuals who value subtly hinting above direct communication, it could be interpreted as abrupt or even impolite. However, the key is to be open and truthful rather than callous or insensitive, going straight to the point by slicing through the filler. On the other hand, Sigma INFJ places a great importance on honest and transparent communication. Number 5. Plan-driven visionaries. Sigma INFJ possess a special capacity for broad perspective. Their brains are continuously tying together complex networks of concepts, opportunities, and future goals. The forward-thinking mindset may seem alien to individuals who are more concerned with the here and now. They're not lost in the clouds, on the contrary, they're charting the constellations. They notice possibilities, connections, and patterns that others might miss. It can be challenging for others to completely understand their perspectives because their ideas are frequently so intricate and nuanced. This may result in misconceptions or even the rejection of their concepts. But this doesn't deter Sigma INFJ. They accept the fact that their style of thinking is different from others. After all, they are able to come up with creative solutions and tactics because of their visionary thinking. However, Sigma INFJ places a great priority on having a well-defined plan in place to accomplish goals. The fourth is unrepentant non-conformity. Sigma INFJ disobeys expectations and conventions of society. They aren't scared to stand out from the throng as they march to the beat of their own drum. Others may interpret this as a stubborn refusal to fit in or as rebellious or disruptive behavior. But let's take a closer look. The opposition shown by Sigma INFJ is not being made merely for show. They analyze, they question, and they challenge. They firmly think that one person can have a significant impact, and if it means upholding their moral principles, they won't hesitate to stir up some controversy. This nonconformity could appear to some as an unwillingness to follow the rules. However, Sigma INFJ sees it as an opportunity to make their own regulations, ones that are consistent with their core values and beliefs. They realize that sometimes a little disturbance is necessary for change. On the other hand, one quality that Sigma INFJ highly values is challenging the existing quo. Thirdly, profound emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is highly developed in Sigma INFJ. This involves not only being aware of their own feelings, but also being able to sympathize with others and use that understanding to move through social situations with ease. Suppose you are a Sigma INFJ in a room full of diverse individuals. They adapt to each person on a profound, significant level, much like emotional chameleons. But for others, this capacity can be frightening. How can they understand my feelings so well, and why do they seem to know what I'm thinking, are common queries from others. It may even seem invasive at times and be disturbing. Furthermore, people may misinterpret their depth of emotional knowledge as emotional instability or oversensitivity. However, in actuality, their keen intuition and empathy are at work. They are not merely experiencing things for their own sake, rather, they are using these feelings to build stronger bonds, exercise compassion in their leadership, and gain a more comprehensive understanding of the world. However, Sigma INFJ places a strong importance on emotional intelligence in leadership and interpersonal interactions. Natural-born disruptors are number 2. It's in Sigma INFJ's nature to challenge the current quo. They explore, they question, and they push limits. It's about a deep-seated need to question what's seen normal or acceptable, not about rebelling for the sake of rebelling. Some people may find this frightening. It's not always easy to have your routines or presumptions challenged. However, it's precisely this discomfort that has the potential to spur development. Sigma INFJ isn't averse to stirring up controversy in order to advance society. They don't back down from the hard facts, the unanswered queries, or the accepted conventions. People may perceive their disruptive behavior as frightening since it forces them to leave their comfort zones. But keep in mind that sustaining the status quo has never resulted in any meaningful change. But one thing that Sigma INFJ highly values is disrupting the current quo to drive progress. And lastly, the first rank, unwavering assurance. Sigma INFJ radiate assurance and confidence. Their confidence in their skills and judgment is frequently evident, exuding a conviction that can be at once terrifying and encouraging. This steadfast confidence stems from a deep-seated belief in their own abilities and the validity of their thoughts rather than from arrogance or superiority. However, this confidence could be misconstrued. It could be seen by some as intrusive or even dangerous. They could misinterpret the confidence of Sigma INFJ as a desire for control or dominance. However, that is not at all accurate. Yes, Sigma INFJ is self-assured, but they also have a great deal of respect for the opinions and independence of others. But this misinterpretation doesn't stop them. Regardless of the opinions of others, they aren't scared to stand up for themselves because they know how valuable they are. However, Sigma INFJ places a significant priority on the ability to believe in oneself and achieve achievement.